be quite interesting. Yunmin on that.
Okay, we got DRX on defense. T1. Nope. DRX. Why did I do that so much in the morning? DRX on attack. T1 on defense.
Beautiful stuff from him. Freeing as well. Back on that classic Teo.
Didier, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the prime as well. Thank you for the 10 months, mate. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we hear the camera. Sorry, we hear the drone. We take the TP. Camera spotting either side, so you can actually check how many numbers followed this up. Camera goes out. They see the 1. So they should kind of expect a fair amount over towards site here.
Ready to come through. Stax looking to slow things up, sends up the fault line. Ping not finding anything, and Stax hitting a hell of a shot on the Yunmin. Denies the entry and very much shuts the door here in DRX's face.
Yeah, DRX thinking they'll have
Wait,
time.
I was going to say Maka kind of saw him.
Ooh, took a ton of damage.
Tagged up, I have to assume there's maybe Izu. Now Stax is able to find a second.
That was very nice discipline from Izu, by the way. Just waiting for the smoke to go down instead of refacing that.
Real pistol win here of the series, as Sylvan will find 2. And that is freeing now all alone with just a ghost in hand. We know that he could be very deadly with this gun for reasons like that. But he doesn't know that all 3 players are stacked up in this position. As the salvos check in, a couple shots flown his way. Makes the wise call to slowly drift across towards that B site.
Okay, well, they're going to get early info with the wall. That's about it.
Yeah, so he's going to be a delay.
They can insta-pop the Thorns.
T1 going to be able to
do a little damage.
So there's the wall pop. There's
the
Thorns.
Little lay on it. Did a little bit.
60 remaining. Gets the plant in play. Cuts across over towards Arcade. Worried about any kind of push around from this north side, and now can just try to stay tucked back in here behind the boxes and set up for the salvos.
Just going to come down to some timings for him.
Dodge the flash.
Footsteps.
Crossing.
Oh, hold up. Dude, imagine he got around the corner and he had salvos. Actually had a lot of potential.
We'll go ahead and get the defuse and get their first pistol.
Yeah.
Okay, 1-2 on the pistols.
From T1, you know, they see Bane leaving early, and they're expecting that rotate back towards A, and Stax hitting that opening shot. Very important that he's able to shut Yunmin down there. That stalls up everything for the side of DRX. Sylvan, nice work with the classic to find 2. Brain trying to do what he can, but just a little bit too much of an ass there. Couldn't get the kill quickly enough on the Meteor. Got caught trying to switch over to the salvos. See if T1 can.
The hero stinger. we spoke about this, how it has a pretty good success rate. I like how we probably needed to do some stats on it at one point, but I mean, if I was in a team, I would be doing it. But
getting the hit here, swing onto the corner, and Yunmin, those bullets connecting.
Great, man. They got some guns down to try and snowball a little bit. They pick up 1. Can they make the run to get the Guardian? Yes, they do, and they got it out of there. That's an incredible first shot. What the hell was that?
Just like that, T1 are back in the driver's seat. Guardian recovered, however, from Bane. Still an opportunity to do some damage. But he himself tagged up to 35 in the first couple shots. Not quite connecting.
Yeah, well, they know where they are now.
A little bit more there. Noting the player out from tower. Both player positions should be known. Bane taken down, freeing now, needing to do it all. And
nicely handled, mostly from Buzz, to be honest.
He was going to be able to find a little bit more, but 3 players surviving. T1 will close out the anti-eco.
Yeah, a lot of damage done there to T1, though. Armor's gone for both Stax and Buzz. So, all in all, not bad at all for DRX. Able to find those early util connections that keep the players of T1 off balance. Meteor stunned up, able to be taken down. Quick trade there for Bane, but that's a nasty, nasty flick.
You want T1 on DRX and Lotus for optimal.
Continuing right where he left off.
Optimal chain check-in.
A very strong day as the duelist for T1.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's fine either way.
Nice map.
Near the end of that, I have to look back, but he was top fragging for the longest time, so might have even finished it out that way. For the moment, it's going to be deathless at 3-0 and 2. Halfway towards that rolling thunder. Estrella only just the 2 charges.
Yeah, same thing again. Spots them on the camera rally. Well, this time was a little bit different, spotting them, so can't get the full numbers of checking the cam. It's nice from T1. They managed to clear all of this, and they get back into the side.
A little bit further ahead of it this time, though.
Gonna get weird.
Oh, for shots. Flying through and freeing. Able to just break things open. And then Aftershock going to be disrespected and ignored as Walt dissipating Hyunmin, wanting to try to scale forward.
He gave him a smoke to try play around.
Widely just drawing their attention here.
Spike planted.
Phenomenal covering fire from Freeing. Let's see if DRX can close this out flawless.
Still drone identifying. It's DRX looking for a flawless anti-bonus. Sylvan eating some damage there on the drop down. Hyunmin still untouched, just dancing around. Spots him out again. Meteor with the Guardian. To be some very clean shots to try to get some damage through, and there you go, one to the head. As everybody just backpedaling away, Mako going to stick around to look and see, make sure that they can't try to get any kind of knitted fuse going through. Gets the kill onto Meteor, and will be able to escape. So single casualty, DRX get themselves on the board here in round number 3.
Yeah, just really well prepared for T1 to be where they are. Just holding that angle the whole time is Freeing, and Buzz just kind of walks right into it. Mako there, able to back up Hyunmin nicely. This time around, ooh, not much HP left there on Mako, but got out.
Yeah, one gun rebuy, one armor rebuy. It's pretty clean for DRX. They get the all into this round as well. And T1 at least looks like obvious game plan of pushing over towards top side. Maybe knowing they like to favor this 4-1 default.
Oh, you're right. Freeing is a Vandal.
DRX got a fast.
One apiece.
Okay, they don't invest all the smoke, so okay, they do.
I was gonna say Meteor was swapping on Lotus. Didn't seem like he was comfortable on the Vandal.
This is interesting. So DRX like all in smoke, 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 all of their smokes, and there's 5 passing in front of the smoke from T1. 5. Like their smokes back are good. Their utils back. We have the ult, and no one can go through. But that is a massive commitment from T1.
In tatters here for the side
Yeah, they did a lot of damage, but obviously we got a free sight here.
No
now.
one at full HP. Just quickly trying to pivot their way across over towards the B site. Sylvan quickly gets into position. Look at the jump, but Estrella draws down.
Big, it's a big kill. Salvas might take him down though.
He's able to find that kill. He'll get stunned in position. He will die, but he gets a plant in play.
He might have done enough with the plant though.
Going to be so tough. I mean, look how far back DRX is playing. Got to push these angles and win these fights.
He at least gets off here. What a shot that is. Oh my god, look at these shots, bro. That first one on ramp is insane.
And mows down stacks for the 3K overall. DRX tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it might be T1's round. You get a bunch of kills
I mean, they did incredible. Had no smokes as well. They got all the smokes out of them, did all the damage, but this kill here, that just opens it up fully.
The other side, Estrella wins a huge one against Sylvan. Sylvan there, 100% the right play to try to challenge that, but...
It's a smile of a man who just pounded his way through a round despite having appendicitis.
Yeah, it's insane.
He has looked pretty solid today overall. Buzz trying to follow up off the stealth drone, seeing if they can catch a change of ideas from DRX off the back of that.
Every eco at the moment gone super fast over towards Saint.
That he is. Stunned up, flashed, Hyunmin in on top of him. Outgunning him as well. Plant coming through, Estrella dodging out in the bullet spray.
The pain's going all the way across the rope.
Riding towards that north side. As Buzz just dropping down. Overdrive going to be popped. Hyunmin fully flashed up. Does end up falling. Izu able to find that with the Sheriff. Swing onto the door though. Stacks. A headshot. Putting one back in kind. Diffuse now held up the half.
Only goes down. It's half though.
T1 somehow get this back in a
like you would imagine the Bane's got this on lock, but the smoke is up for a little bit.
And with that spray shot connecting, that'll bring it to a conclusion, but damn solid effort.
Yeah, that was a good attempt
here from T1, but DRX not to be denied.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, but you know, T1 is constantly applying pressure at the other side of the map, at the north side in the beginning of the rounds. And DRX is kind of aggressively taking space now. And they're just, I mean, yes, weaker by 4 T1 in this one, but plenty of damage done. Maybe even a world where that defuse gets a little bit closer, but you know, Bane felt like he had enough time to go for the wraparound. Didn't end up.
Okay, they
battering,
know that they might have enough
you've got
money to get the op
operator for
out.
Buzz.
Also
He's one
Buzz,
away
and you
from
know
his
he's
ult.
gonna be doing that
Stacks
a
is
lot,
his,
and they
Sylvan
just
is
go
his.
for the insta set
Seemingly
strat.
be a tricky round for
Salvos,
DRX.
mollies,
Reclear up
or
into
molly on
Arcade.
heaven.
And
Dude,
that's gonna be
Meteor
great
goes to the
call.
area that
They
they
know
just
that
cleared.
Gibbons in position. So the answer is no, though. So it's able to find one. Jiggles on the corner. Finds Silver.
Well,
now knows they have him dead to right.
fully locked in.
Absolutely chaotic. Smoke dissipating over here at main. Stax able to find one, but Kenman comes away with a third as Stax will fall. Kenman currently on for an ace. Buzz around the back, clearing out the cam, clearing out the trip, but it's just an op in hand. Try to re-clear, get them way forward here to the site. A lot of this is going to be on the shoulders of Izu.
Ooh, this might get
Does
close
the
now
jump
because
on
he gets
Bane.
tail from that, and that is incredible for
Salvos
Heaven.
has
And
the
he
ult
was this
again.
guy was last seen. I mean, honestly, he wasn't last seen Heaven though, to be fair.
The answer is going to be yes. That flush is.
Oh, what a flash!
But the flash fully connects.
Damn, Australia.
Now into the 1v1.
Dude, he's having some good impact.
Suns exchange.
Imagine he wins this as well.
Connects onto Izu. Straya holding the corner. And
Damn,
has
bro,
the
he's
shot
doing great.
instantaneously.
That flash was so nice.
but no
Tucked in over
cigar.
towards
Economy
site, has to
broke.
dodge the
DRX
ult,
now up
flashes
by
out,
2.
wins the jaw.
That's
Also won the
brutal
jaw
for
when they were
DRX.
pivoting back over towards B
That's a
earlier.
round again where you have a bunch
He's doing
of
incredible.
ultimates.
It's just
They
like not the most
don't
kills,
really
it's just
find enough
impact.
effect. And instead, you're just getting picked apart.
Pulls him back down into an
Couple
eco.
good moments,
What a
but
beast.
What a flash from Estrella. Then the cleanup as well. That last one, yeah, very nice. Bane has the neural theft. Meteor has the garden, but it's accoutrement by 4T1 again. Trying to do something.
Oh, trying to get a catch. It's going to be a repeat confidence play from Meteor.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
Picks him apart. It's moments like that from Meteor, and that's why he has.
They clear all of
Trophies.
top side. It's going to get interesting because it is an
So
eco.
good with the sheriff.
So like
That's why he has all that
this
confidence.
rope,
He-
when you have top
better
side,
than most.
becomes kind of tempting. Obviously not in the 5v4, but
Push up.
like if
Buzz.
Buzz lost this
Here at
duel
A.
here, I wouldn't be
A lot of
fully
these
against
defensive
going
ideas
for
from
it.
T1 not really holding true for them. Green gonna get closer to the Armageddon. DRX slow creep up.
Stacks around the corner, dead. Spray through as Estrella.
Hey, Buzz is in so much trouble.
Set up, stuns out. As Buzz being focused here a little bit by the salvos, but as the smokes are dissipating,
how?
T1, they just rack up all the kills. Buzz just absorbs all of the damage,
30 seconds.
and that is going to be T1 pulling off a thrifty. I mean, Mako, 25 seconds, try to make anything happen, but it looks like it's just going to be the call to save.
I'm not
Checks
even
back
sure
in.
how. I'm not even sure
Around
how.
this attacker
To be
spawn,
honest,
nothing to be
I
seen.
feel like I need to
Still
replay
trying
of
to
like
hold on
3
to the
different
weapon.
POVs.
The T1 bringing it back to touching distance.
10
That is
seconds
madness. I'd love to see some of that back from T1 player angles. Because that is crazy spicy. Buzz is going to go down to Mako, but
I think you care too much.
Salvoed,
Up and thrifty.
salvoed
Get one
on
away from tying
site
it up.
and stunned.
not at all. That's just all of a sudden, it looked like this was going to be not too bad. I mean, yeah, you lose Bane early, but clear stacks out. You're executing on the site.
Oh,
Sylvan just
Silver
finds a great
smoke
timing
was a
to hit
little
Estrella
bit
in
late,
the
and
back.
Sylvan just sent it.
And all of a sudden, there's 3 T1 players barreling down on top of you as DRX. And it's a thrifty.
Well, they got a lot
One
of
of
gun
those
upgrades
timing
as
trap
well,
plays
so
that T1
that
loves
low
to
money
run.
goes into a lot of money.
You're just stuck as DRX. Plenty of money, though. Still both ults for the same players. Buzz has an op again. Gonna be forced off by the stun.
I think it's
This is interesting. So T1 on this, like pushing over towards topside with the drone, is like really, really good with the Visor, right? You can just retake over towards the side super easy. Or I can go underpass here,
Trying to play for
or you can
another
go
push
over towards
across the
dish. So
ropes.
topside crunches on
But
defense when you
DRX's
have
MO,
Visor
so
is like very nice.
T1
It's
gonna
very
lead
similar
into
when
it.
you have the
See if they can shut this
Killjoy
down.
ult. It's just the same stuff the teams used to do. So actually clearing all of this, there is a world where you see Meech's pathing and he'll go like this. It might become an easier retake. If they need to retake.
There's a tiny bit of damage going to be taken. Tries to go for the reposition, and I don't think he's going to be ready for this one. No, he is not. Free. Able to get in on top. Coming away with 2-3 now as Stacks falls. Meteor needing to answer back. in a huge way. The double face out,
Oh.
isolates down.
Oh, the pistols.
Moscow draws
At least
the
they played
ghost,
together.
the sidearm.
Yeah, I'd
delivering
like a
the
little
final
bit of a
shots.
different reaction with that for T1
DRX
personally, but
reestablishing a 2-round
it is
lead.
what it is.
Yeah, I mean, so much pressure at this A site. I mean, util after util after util, and DRX just can't find a way to add some extra numbers over towards that A
Nice
main
shots
valley.
though.
So Buzz is on a really tricky position this whole time where he's got a couple different angles to worry
The Bees
about.
ram from
Does
coming.
a decent job in the beginning, but nobody else on T1 is able to get into a spot to help him comfortably. They're trying to push through from A-Link, but they're stalled up. That kind of gives DRX the advantage they need to claim that space and open things up.
I mean, same thing every single
T1
time.
fought tooth and nail, but
5 or
back to the
info.
ecos.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're gonna
granted,
clear
they've been
top side again.
having some success with them today. Seen a couple big eco wins for T1.
Pulls them down to the eco.
Not a
Freeing
position
has
you want
all.
to be in on a consistent basis. Now Freeing has an Armageddon to boot. They're gonna go all the way through sewers. They haven't done this yet, so trying to catch T1 a bit off guard.
Bit of a change up, but that peak from the north side about to come through. Izu steadily making his way closer across, and that jiggle peak tells all.
It's incredible. Saw
Spots
3
out
and
multiple
radar.
Players. Meteor now reinforcing this spot as well. Flash not connecting. Looks for the transition there. Stun does come through, and Freeing will peel off a kill. Bane now striking in from behind at main. Sylvan caught off guard. Buzz arriving frantically, just dashing around with just a classic in hand.
Neon's just plays such a different
Ends up
game.
falling, but this is DRX gaining control of the site. Sax will take the rope towards that north side,
Spike planted.
where a weapon can be recoverable. Freeing might just look to try to protect them here.
That was scrappy. Everybody just running around like crazy people with the neons. See what these last two players can do. A little bit of util for Izu. Grab the Phantom.
Stun connecting. Question is it going to be cosmetic? The answer is no, it is not. Or either yes, it absolutely is. Sorry, I mixed it up.
Ow.
Because my brain's about as scrambled as both of those players as Freeing comes away with 2 headshots.
That was nuts though. How's he? Ow.
I can't believe it.
Neither can I. Just looking forward to esports Doug Malding. I mean, it's just madness. Izu plays this really nice in the beginning of the round.
How does he get?
What?
Even he can't believe
Yeah.
it.
Hello.
I did it. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
He
he's a
can't
little bit
believe it.
shocked
I
of how
couldn't believe
easy
it.
that
I
looks.
couldn't remember the saying. Timeout will, at long last, be called. It feels like. I mean, 6-3 for a while. It's so back and forth, but I hadn't seen any intervention. T1 will finally pump the brakes.
I mean, some of these rounds have been so close, one way or the other. I mean, great reads on both sides. Sometimes it's just coming down to who can have that bigger impact in the heat of the moment. Some good pressure applied on the north side of the map by T1 has consistently given them some ability to react pretty well to DRX, but DRX is just fighting back. Got some great ideas and great teamwork today. a big Meteor fan.
Wanting an ace clutch there from the Teo.
Yep. I mean, that's something Freeing has done.
Yeah.
That is not an unreasonable ask. Well, kind of is, but we've seen it, so therefore, I'm okay with it.
It's within the realm of possibility. As Thorn's looking to just lock down this position here for now. Stun on the corner, obviously not going to connect. The drone will look to try to
Oh no.
slide in.
He put the flash on the wrong side.
Pace there. Does end up dying as Sylvan holds down the site, but cannot escape from the
Sylvan did
Armageddon.
incredible there, though.
Does make sure that they have
Stacks,
the
you
player
gotta chill.
advantage as
Oh
Freeing
my goodness, that's so
will not be
scary.
able to
But
find it. Stacks and Buzz going to be the last two standing. It's T1. Go ahead and get themselves a 4th round win potential to still
and
yet
Sylvan
run this
did
back to a
really.
6-6.
Sylvan did
Yeah,
good,
this
and
is a
obviously Meteor
really
did really
good
good
round
up
for
until
Sylvan
the
and
flash. Not that
Finds
the
some
flash
good
would have changed too
timings.
much; they would just turned up.
Well, great util dump, a crunch coming through from the B main ramp, and all of a sudden, Sylvan comes alive from the site itself. Just has to eat the altar. You know, he's
The
gonna get
EMEA
shot
game,
one
they
way or
haven't said
another,
when
so
it's gonna
just
get
goes for the
replayed.
shots. Comes through with it. Stacks has a nice
Alright, into the timeout back.
nice timing himself outside of Gen.
And then we get a timeout call from DRX.
Love it.
Well, basically back-to-back here. We'll see what the adjustments look like. Still in the lead, in a position to at least have that tied up half, but Termi wanting every possible advantage, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a back and forth between these two teams. You
give me a schedule? Nah, it'll work out okay. They'll
know each other
because it's
way
so
too
long
well.
before playoffs anyway. They'll be able to fit
Both
it
these
in.
coaches have done a phenomenal
It's not like
job
they'll
this
delay
year
it any further.
with some kind of interesting things going on. At T1, it looked like maybe they were going to be the weaker team, and then they came back, and Autumn got them through to a trophy, and then DRX has had some kind of player changes and things like that they've been able to just.
They've been going through the ringer lately.
Yeah.
I mean,
and look at the
Flashback now being moved down to the academy team.
Right.
This being the permanent core 5. Bane is playing with appendicitis.
Yeah.
Like.
Wasn't down to Nico, but they got the
now DRX doing pretty well to
hero
handle it.
and they go for the exact same
neutral here.
strat, but different pathing.
The K&E department. There's Meteor missing the timing. Trying to advance the smoke, but Estrella catching a glimpse. As that Stinger point blank range is able to put him down.
Dude, everyone's trying to take timing solo.
So the lower investment,
My
still
goodness, well, this one really paid off,
line,
but
Sylvan does come away
still
with
scary.
Estrella freeing both going to be eliminated. Bane picks up another as clear on the tripwire, gives away Buzz's position as well as just him sprinting forward. And Mako is not ready for it. Sun out Bane just lingering here within the smoke.
Man, Bane's incredible.
3K. Buzz now. Last one left. The overdrive to expire. The wraparound being threatened here. Buzz completely surrounded.
Surely not.
Is dancing.
Surely
through
not.
The box to find it a 4K to guarantee DRX the lead of the half.
Last round.
I mean, it's just crazy how some of these rounds basically come down to timings. I mean, if Estrella,
Noise
Yeah, but
when he's sprinting.
it just must have been
He
his
doesn't see him,
footsteps.
but I'm not sure
Still,
those plays need
timings
to
like
happen.
that, where if Meteor's maybe half a second earlier, he finds that kill, and it could be a completely different round. They're coming at you from a bunch of different angles. I'm waiting for someone from DRX
And they're just
to
spamming it.
hold in B tunnel. Because
Spamming the site, yeah.
ignoring that.
Which pathing did
He's
they
been
go
able to
for?
find some pretty quick flanks.
The all
even though
pathing or the
DRX
one
still wins
before?
the round.
Oh, okay, they fake it?
If
Oh,
they
like
decide
this.
to go B again, see what they do. This time a heavy presence from DRX on the north side of the map. There's going to be the Vice Wall, though. They're going to be tripping, so giving some info over.
Oh, no. Sliding forward, looking for it.
Oh,
Mako.
no.
Does end up
Oh,
finding
boy.
the kill as orbital strikes are going to be stacked on top of each other, and Sylvan
At
comes away with
one
two
point,
once again.
he
Mako
kind of
taken
owned his
down.
teammate a little bit, but it was nice. There's a great shot from Stacks. All goes in fast on this one. They're going to go pick up the spike.
It's back
See
cutting away.
Meteor.
Estrella just stuck with the shorty in hand.
Oh, he thought he was going
As
to
the
go
steel
close.
guard took away his weapons, and Hyunmin is just going to be pushed to oblivion by the Rolling Thunder.
Whoa.
Still, maybe a little bit cosmetic.
Five?
Finds the first kill. Things get
Sure,
chaotic
they probably
again,
need a pistol
and now we
still.
go into the half with DRX up 7-5.
Yeah, absolute
It's
chaos.
just madness. Both orbital strikes here. Trap him in. I mean, nice play by Sylvan. He's always feels like he's always good for 2 in these rounds. Just can you get a little bit more consistency from the rest of the squad? Well, Steel Garden, great. I mean, that was
Hell of a half.
yes. It's been just so chaotic. That's not what you usually expect out of these two teams. It's usually a little more. Yeah.
Oh, I think they very much know what's at stake in that desperation of sticking that upper side of the bracket, being 1 win away from Toronto. It's starting to set
Second
in.
said he wanted to go against
DRX
T1 in his
especially
interview.
wanting to be able to get their way back. Perfect synergy. I think you got to go with Freak's Tail.
Oh.
I mean,
me,
Hyunmin's
it's
jet's pretty
just-
good,
It's
though.
Freak's Teo, yeah.
Because Hyunmin, like, I don't really...
He's good on everything.
Yeah, I don't really think about
That's
any
true.
particular agent with him.
No. I think he's really solid on most agents that he plays.
Oh, come on. What kind of option is this? I crave this win versus who's the best team in Korea now?
I mean, I always take who's the best team in Korea now myself.
Yeah.
But that's kind of an odd second choice.
That's like, would you like a gourmet meal or a pile of dirt? Which one would you like to ingest? There's not much of a decision to be made.
No, I tend to agree. Well,
2-1 on the
T1
pistols,
trying
1-0
to
for this map.
pistol
And
success rolling. Again, it has been a real pain point
we pass
for
an
them.
aggro, and do they push
Huge
all
push
the
out
way
over
through?
towards A main
I'm
for
expecting a
DRX.
bit of a proactive
really
defense, because that's what you want to do
tell them
against
a
the
ton.
Vice.
But now they're starting to be a little bit suspicious that
Oh, this is interesting.
players
Flash
are
goes
north or they're
off.
in
They
B
tucked from the flash.
Buzz is
Kind
starting
of
to
gave
make
him
his
bad
way into
info, and now they
Meteor,
can just
excuse
stop
me, Hyunmin's
pushing.
starting to make his way into Meteor's back.
This is weird for me
Wow.
to.
Buzz
Does he ever expect
all
this
the way up on
behind?
the dish, almost in a drop.
Oh, looking for it. Knows now, dodges the stun.
Meteor trying to stay tucked. Tagged up. Oh, not quite checking for the angle. Able to find the kill.
Dude, he gets a
Stun
reload
here
off?
onto Estrella as it gets
Oh,
awkward,
boy,
and
I'm
Meteor
not sure about that one.
capitalizes in the chaos.
I wonder if Estrella thought the Bane was going to go help him earlier and then looked at the
A panic
minimap and then
moment there.
hesitated.
That cost DRX 2 players. Meteor just no fear.
And he crossed with the timing, so he's here earlier than they
Storm into
think.
the back lines of DRX. They have no choice but try to go for the spike.
Mako and Bane
Double
now being
pistol for
delivered
T1,
in
same as
a
what
huge
DRX
way,
had in
but
first map.
Sign is completely surrounded with Meteor scaling forward through the defender spawn. Smoke called down, aftershock sent here. Mako will catch a timing, finds the headshot. Stack's gonna be put down. Looks for a little bit more, does find Meteor. The salvos come through and the time is just not gonna be there. T1 taking that first step forward towards running back this map and taking us to a third. They will go ahead and close out another pistol.
This is just a little bit of
Oops.
an unfortunate
Doing
timing
the
for
space in there.
DRX. I mean, Meteor reads it
on.
nicely.
Be winning this
Anticipated that
map.
there might be pressure behind him, but this stun catches Estrella and Hyunmin as he's trying to jump around and
The neon stun.
Meteor.
The neon stun hit him as well, so he couldn't trade it out.
Meteor's not
It's
gonna
unfortunate. I
make
didn't
it
see
easy
that to
for
begin
you.
with.
Mako trying to do what he can, but very nice for T1. Again, pistols
Yeah, it's not even his fault.
desperately needed for them, and they get both.
Don't know where they
We're
thought
on
he went
Fracture.
though.
Mako with the 3 kills though. Already halfway towards that orbital strike.
Aganda.
Something to keep in mind for the future. As Bane, okay, situated in tower, just has a shorty here. Spot out the camera.
That's pretty typical. Player's going to be up there on an eco with a shorty.
Meteor v Mako about to come through. Okay, never mind. Just a couple shots to the box and will opt to back away. Meanwhile, this dish side of A site completely opened up.
If Green were to trip that wall, yeah, Meteor was right there.
Meteor, once again, going on a bit of a walkabout as the plant comes through. Potential 1v1 versus Bane over on that side. Looks like Bane's still maybe a little bit wary of it. Silva taking a forward position, pushes up, does still get stunned. He hasn't been able to collect one, but will die in response.
Just looking for a spot to hide. Like, surely
Yeah,
I
it
can
seems like
survive
the
somewhere
The
here.
rest of the round from here can play out pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I
for
mean, Bane
T1.
can't do too much with a shorty. He's pretty much wrecked.
Certainly seems that way, especially Bane having that shorty. Trying to find the opportunity to use it. Just going to wait the timeout. Hope maybe a T1 player comes their direction. Oh, he might get Meteor here. Oh, never mind.
Jumping over the top, Meteor will go ahead and find one. Mako
Damage.
to make this a little bit more costly. It gets an extra kill in, but 3 players surviving here from the side of T1. That will tie us up at 7-7.
It is
No, making that one to get
pretty
the gun
crazy
right.
how back and forth this has been. I mean, it's pretty similar scenes to what we saw on Lotus, both these teams.
Sure. I mean, the bonus isn't too bad
Just
at all.
So good. A bit of damage done, but Stack's just watching the long angle. Position revealed. Bane goes down. So far, Meteor being a real nuisance by himself over on the B main side. Is there going to be an answer for that from the side of DRX? I can see
Dude, the
Hyunmin
person one away from the breach shots, full eco.
lining up to get that cam a little bit
Okay,
deeper,
gets
checking
Sheriff.
to see if Meteor's over there, but this time on his own over at A main. Orb ult grabbed 4 stacks. And now they've got a rolling thunder. So this could be pretty tricky for DRX. Really far forward, though, is Bane.
Rolling Thunder, pushing Bane back. Cage coming up, but Buzz on his heels, spraying through, trying to find what he can, but it's going to be Sylvan there to collect the
Oh,
Gunman.
yeah, man.
Drifting forward, runs out of bullets. Izu strikes him down. Guardian shot to the head, and suddenly T1 in control of the site. Spike planted and up by 2.
Oh, okay.
Dude, look at the damage,
Stray
though.
finds a stray.
Picks up 1, decent damage onto Stacks and Sylvans. They're both down to 66. Salvo's to try to open up a bit of space. It's 3 players.
Izu has salvos. You got breach damage as well. Dude, it's nice for T1 if they save here. They'll be pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's the right call.
But T1 is going to gain the lead.
Just a great rolling thunder there. And the follow-up from T1.
Yeah, and it's the perfect snowball.
Perfect. They just go storming in off the back of it. They don't want to let the opportunity slip. And try as they might, DRX players just could not find any safety. Sure, you get 1, but that's got to feel good. T1 converting their bonus. All of a sudden, DRX kind of maybe wondering, ooh, was this the right map pick?
Doesn't really work like that in Nomrod.
That is a huge
Different
win.
budgets
I mean,
for different
obviously 3
regions.
weapons carried forward, but for Bane and Estrella, not going to be having too much going into the round. You can see just a classic full armor here for the Breach. Passing that weapon over to Hyunmin.
Just grab the gun off your fallen comrades, maybe, but a little bit of info there. Buzz, he's often going to be tip of the spear, but you do see him kind of run around on his own. But
It's weird because, like, on defense, you want to go aggro
just that one
pushing,
player there,
but
says,
you also
"I don't
know that
really
the
think I
person you're
can
trying to
comfortably
hunt
hold
from
this,"
pushing is
especially
Meteor,
against the Neon.
which is kind of
Needs a little bit
scary.
of reinforcements.
Like, what they're doing here is
That
the right.
ice wall
They got to be
again.
doing this.
The real question is they want to just fake trip it? Yep.
Okay, they create
Just
pressure
back
behind,
in
and when
towards
does the
A.
flash
Buzz
go
will
off?
respawn.
Oh boy. He made noise. Yeah,
Well, this is a weird one.
Seems like they have this well read. Bane with just a ghost is going to be a bit more trepidatious to try to go for the attack here.
This is such a
Time,
difficult
double
round.
face forward on the Meteors, looking for
No way.
He's unable to find
Yeah, they
it.
get another gun on this
Will
one,
collect it.
and
Looking from behind
the
as well.
trip gives them early info. They're going here. They got to be scared of that other trip right now. They do break it. They have like no map control really.
Plant
Where
comes
does
through bottom
Izu
of the
go?
stairs. 4 stacks. Ult's unavailable here from either
But you
side.
have arcade. You can
Izu
tuck
trying to
in.
scale
I think
forward,
you have
take
to
that
tuck
fight.
in here.
Ring ends up getting taken
Had
down.
arcade control.
Sylvan trying to recover here on the reload and from being blind. It's unable to find it. Buzz now breaking in from behind, however. Able to find one.
It's not a good plan for Mako though.
Here on the verge, right on the edge of that smoke. Buzz is now the last one
Yeah,
standing.
I mean it's nice
Tries to
from
set up the
DRX.
relay
Is what they
full,
need to be doing all the
his head
time. Just
taken
pushing
off.
out, having this map
Fuses
control
in,
makes it
DRX.
so much harder.
They tie
And
us
again,
up
Vice
now,
just isn't
8-8.
like good
This
at
is really nice recovery
so
for
they're holding
DRX.
these like
Because,
parts of the map.
Like looking at the map, T1 is all over the place. Buzz is on his own over at A site. He gets all the way into your spawn. Meteor's lurking around A, the bottom side of A and B. And then the rest of them are just kind of slow pushing through arcade, and then you're able to get this retake to go quite cleanly. So that is a very solid round for DRX.
For one against Ecos,
Now you're back to
yeah,
8-8.
you normally end up
Gunman's
giving
got
him a gun.
the overdrive.
I don't mind it when it's like an outlaw or something,
He can
but
continue to be a nuisance. Izu is gonna let go, try to look for some of that Cypher util. We'll catch one of the trips.
I don't mind if it's a cipher as well, to be honest, because you can always get the early
Their
info.
own. Yep.
Same
Shocker,
thing.
The Vice wall
Rinse and repeat
in
for
the exact
DRX,
same place,
just
but there's an arc
aggro
rose
push
on
in
the
the
other side.
solo. Meteor might be tanking a bit of util here.
Flash trap destroyed. Wall tripped.
Okay.
I mean, she said everything for me. I didn't have
She
to say.
did.
Yeah. Vice just doing
Whoa.
the commentary. This Buzz.
Holy, Sylvan did but wow, man, really.
Third.
Nicely done from him. There's a good reaction from T1. Wall goes down, they take all the free space. They
here,
know they're not
14-1.
going to be triggering the wall with just
Bane's still a
one.
world away. Mako, the only
Like
player
pushing with
nearby.
just one. Obviously, they had
And it's
the.
gonna have to be another save as T1 will once
What did they
again
even use
gain the
actually?
lead.
They had the drone, I
It's
guess.
just so back and forth. I mean, just
Drone
looking
and
for these
Neon.
little advantages, like these round-around changes that you see.
Look at the money. We got
all over
1-9
the
loss
place,
bonus
and
coming in.
that
They got
time
ult
Meteor try something a little bit different, but
and ult, but
DRX still
can't be
able to
buying here.
dissect it, not get caught
so
in
they
the
probably
trap, and yet
force especially if they can save these. 3 will be a drop.
Try to make a move back towards the site. Sylvan's already there.
This can be a buy, and then
It's letting Buzz do some of the hard work for sure. But he hits some nasty shots.
Next round? Next round's pretty big,
Gets
yeah.
3 and
next round's pretty
on
big.
the hunt now. T1 just seeing if there's anybody lurking around, but it is a never mind. Caught Mako.
Shouldn't matter too
One
much.
gun
They should
save.
still be buying with it. I'd do a timeout before this though.
That's painful.
That it is. I mean, Mako, maybe enough to pass over something like a Guardian or a Bulldog going into that next round, but now it's not going to be able to do that. Sylvan, lighten him up here. Huge 3K from him, and a timeout call now.
Yeah, it's a good time for it. It's an
Final
important
one
round.
from the DRX camp.
I mean, this is a tough map to read right now. T1 is doing a great job of every round looks way different. They're making little micro adjustments with the lurks and with some of the player positionings. I mean, very difficult for DRX to kind of get info and make some reads off of it. Estrella really being put to the test as the IGL. Meanwhile, Stax is really putting on a pretty good show. I mean, granted, the counter punches have been good, but this attacker side definitely a little bit more tricky. Yeah, it's Fracture. You've got a lot of space to work with. A lot of it's just making sure that you're getting your players in the right places at the right time, trying to keep track of the movements of your opponents. But again, T1's not making it easy because sometimes they'll send Buzz out on his own, and obviously you never know where Meteor's going to show up. You got to kind of wait for some of that initiator util.
Well, they're not going for the force.
Start thinking about making the reactions, and
keeping it calm on
rounds
this.
It's been a little too late. This time, gonna use the salvos. Buzz. Like maybe
Not sure they need to change too much up. Again, they need to be proactive. They pretty much know that it's a 1-4 every single time.
Making some noise.
They know what the reaction is here, so all they're doing is actually just holding over towards Dish.
Fault lines out. It's offering hovering the Armageddon there for a brief little moment, but given the economy.
Yeah, I like this from T1. You can't really go over towards Dish against the tail ult. So,
Push up there in the main.
good knowledge from them.
Closed out. Estrella somewhat nearby to try to offer some support here to Bane, who's alone in tower for the moment, but he just has that stinger at range.
You have to go huge.
Now starting to be pressured out. It's back around, swings in, is able to find one. Meteor going to be taken down, but eventually Buzz closes in the distance, finds him. Estrella similarly dead. He's still hovering this ult.
Yeah, Freeing's going for the ult here. We got anything for the corner?
Feels like this might just be a bridge too far. No
it's
one's
just a random tail ult with nothing behind it. Hillman's sending it in.
It's only going to be for the one kill as Izu out from tower. Peeks and finds the enemy Neon. Point blank Buzz. This binds free.
Well,
Mako dead. T1 now up to double digits. And it feels like DRX overcooking and overcommitting.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't mind obviously throwing the overdrive when you're on an eco, but the Armageddon to try to push players into it. Bane finds a nice little
ults. I mean, the Neon ult's so fine.
Spray down the players
It's
coming
more
up
the tail ult. And like if the tail ult had something else behind it, like salvos into the corner, then maybe, but
like Meteor's clearing the trip, and then they're looking to see what the reaction is going to be off DRX. They don't just clear the trip and go. Trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen, and Bane throws up a smoke. They start scaling in off the back of that. Going to use those salvos once again to bully this arcade angle, but last round it was kind of a slow push up. Now it's over towards Dish, where there is
this they're down to another eco, and that would be 12.
So spreading the map a little bit, our DRX.
Because they gotta
try to get a little bit more
win
info, to try to get ahead of this game. The T1 has been playing, which is go all over the map and try to guess where we're going to come from. Buzz is just going to wait it out. He hears it. They're going to wait for their moment.
Sewer.
Yeah.
Do they just try to fake this? They just send the Steel Garden, but it's like he's just going to slowly creep across.
Keep an eye on the Meteor lag. The timing of this one's going to be interesting. We're holding it with Op at the moment. Op just left. He does have camera to get spotted though. When does he check the camera? Checks the camera. Now they know about the luck. Do they speed up and try and take sight faster? Yeah, they do. Brimwell goes in.
Splitting them
Oh,
apart.
no plant.
Isolated and dead. The spike now stranded here on the side itself. Swing around the Rosie here. Sylvan going to be able to find one, but Mako quickly trades him out. 4v2. Meteor's position noted. Izu should be known as well.
Oh,
That's a hell of a shot. Puts the operator on the floor. Smoke now dissipating.
Was that?
As his own Armageddon going to be called in. Mako.
Wait, what?
To try to reposition,
Guys, stop
finds the
using
shot,
these tail
pops
wards.
down with 5 HP, survives.
They're so bad.
Recovers the off.
They're so
Gets
bad, these tail
DRX
wards.
the round win. We are
2v4.
back to Crazy Town. Things are getting weird again.
Absolutely, and this
Maybe
time
3, I guess, but
T1 instead
timing
of
is
planting right when they get to the
crossfire.
site, they want to try to clear because they know that orbital strike is there. They don't find Mako, they don't find much in A main, so they come back and Stax is still like, okay, I know Mako's around there somewhere, so I'm going to plant somewhere in kind of an unusual spot. It's not a default spot in the back corner, and Mako still reads it.
Okay,
They're
similar vibes though from
Yeah,
the round
just out in the
before.
open,
Lose
yeah.
this one,
Well, Youngman goes
lose
for the
this
peak.
one, and
Meteor taken down.
got 3. They can't buy next rounds.
Feels like the first time that
That's
we
a
have a
good pick.
solid advantage for DRX at the start of the round in quite some
Dude,
time.
T1 just 4-1 every single round. 4-1 default.
T1.
Yeah, and it looks like
Now one
DRX
of
know
their
they 4-1
potential
default
offenses
because
could
look
have
at
been
this
brought forward
instant
here.
push as well.
Now
About to clear all of the bottom
this
side.
opens up space for Freeing to quickly clear through spawn.
Oh, wide swing out, Buzz finding the headshot. And gets taken down as fast lane going to be sent. Hyunmin in danger.
Oh my,
It's gonna be Freeing,
freeing,
actually
yeah,
up from
free him out
tree.
of back up. He spotted Sylvan as
Spares of
well.
his life.
Yeah, came up on
Mako
minimap
just
at least.
doing his normal stuff, fighting Sylvan inside of a smoke. Hyunmin will get taken down, but it's now all on Izu. The salvo's and a stun. All that he has to work with in terms of the flash. Stun going to be committed here. They clear up close. Tries to swing out straight
Very
up.
nicely
Holding the
done.
line, able to find it. Operator can be recovered. And
2-4
DRX
loss bonus here.
tying it up
So
10
Buzz
to
can still
10.
buy even though he has his ult. Dude, the T1 timeout here. They gotta change
Why
up
it's
something.
so
Surely
big
they know
that
what's going
find
on.
Meteor early and get that pick because it opens up the space for Freeing to make that quick rotation through attacker side spawn to save Gunman's life, potentially save the round. Big opener. I mean, Buzz finds a great one. That is so
fast.
nasty. Dude, Freeing is, when he's on Teo, he's just different. It's just different.
You mean when
Oh,
Teo's
no
on three?
timeout.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How can I have gotten that wrong? And now, you've got the Rolling Thunder, the Cypher ult. T1 does have the Steel Garden still. Not able to,
Lets him know.
yeah, not able to find the timing though. They're still gonna keep pushing forward. Are they gonna challenge this?
Reposition coming
Well,
through.
all the
Meteor
smoke's
trying to
going. You know they're
approach.
committing.
In from main. Tucked into the back, and Freeing again has Buzz's number.
Yeah,
Rolling Thunder gonna
dude,
go cross as well as
Freeing's
the Steel
wrecking
Guard
him.
and everything in the kitchen sink being thrown here at the site.
ISO
Straight
goes
up.
in. Dude, someone's gotta
There's
send
the
it, no?
aftershock. Able to catch him. We can only anticipate that he was stunned up.
They
Right now,
they
the action
Visor, but
grinding
the
to a
guys
halt.
from was this not
Voice
just an
gets cut.
awful Visor though? didn't
4v4
reach
with still
sight.
Bane across the opposite side of the map.
With Meteor creating that extra angle, T1's still keen to try to break through. It's gonna come down to timing and util placement. If Stax' fault line, Izu's salvo's off cooldown. Sylvan, no more smokes though.
Trying to flush him out, but fast lane saved. Gunman keeps himself covered. Be tight angles here to try to use that operator, and he's losing teammates.
Shot.
Does manage to find one, swaps to the shorty.
Oh my
Takes down
God, look at
Sylvan.
him go.
Stax. Last
What
one
an
alive
important
here for the side of
1v1.
T1, brings it now into a 1v1. Bane does have the neural
If
depth,
T1
could try to
loses,
go
they
for
have
the
to
reveal,
eco.
but
It's
should have
also
a
at
pretty
10-10.
good idea of Stax' position. As there's the swing out, Bane
Very nice from
will
Bane
shut
on
him
this.
down.
Ah, dude,
DRX
this is number 4 process in the
reestablish the
Visor.
lead. 11 to 10.
They sucked on defense. They sucked on
Yeah,
attack.
this is so back and forth. I mean, when it looks like one team has kind of found themselves an advantage, might be able to take the round, the other one just punching right back, and this time DRX trapped in a corner. The initial entry,
Big no space with the
Buzz
breach ult.
just sacrificing himself to try to clear space, and Stax and Meteor able to follow up someone, but then Hyunmin, operator Shorty, just doing a great job behind that pillar. And it's gonna have to be a timeout for T1.
It might be a little bit too late as well
They need
because
to
it's like,
figure out a
well,
way to get this
don't
attacker
have those
side
ults anymore.
to find the success they were having at the beginning. You know, now they're trying to get a different level of trickery where they'll make some contact somewhere, take
Wait,
a pause,
Ivy,
and then try to set up for their
Ivy, you trying to trick me, or
Again,
did you
up those
actually?
crossfires, but by the time they got to the site, the biggest
you.
problem was Sylvan is out of smokes. They couldn't find that opening, couldn't create that easy entry that they really needed. You had to rely on Buzz just throwing himself out there and figuring out where your opponents are based on that. And just all the players from T1 wants to see them do well.
The last timeout call here from either side. The players now left to their own devices as T1 looks to try to get themselves back into the driver's seat. Down by 1. Still some key ultimates they're able to utilize. Looks like, okay, they do manage to pass a weapon over into Izu's hands. They get him a Bulldog. Rolling Thunder there. Just a neural theft.
Okay, timeout for this one. They force out the buy. And I mean force out the buy. They don't have a wall for the Neon, so they don't have that second layer of being able to hit. Last time that they make a bit of sound and actually join with the 5th here, and the big change up from DRX. We've never seen the double push over towards Dish yet. We haven't seen a push towards the top side at all. That's a crazy shot, my goodness. Do they consider the double push behind though? Because honestly, could get a lot. Oh, that's info. They saw him, right? They see him on the initial peak? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep, they're just going to be sprinting away.
Dude, that shot in heaven just decided the whole round. It's nuts.
Timeout call working a treat. They'll make it 11-11.
And it's nothing fancy. It's just go for the B hit. Go through arcade. See if you can punish Bane up in that tower. And then you find that second
DRX,
kill.
DRX is still in an alright spot though. Mako's ult's online soon. Freeing ult's online. Like they're at least going to get it before the game's done. So they'll feel like they're in an okay spot.
On their adjustments.
We very well still could be going to overtime here.
Certainly feels like it.
This is money though. The drop.
Yep. Nobody's there. It's okay.
So you can drop a Guardian.
Flawless rounds. This T1
Bulldog maybe.
tie things up. Don't have to commit the ultimates here. Managed to maintain those.
A little bit of stress there for Termy. They are
been having a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
A lot on his shoulders, a lot on his plate. But still, I think with overall a very good approach to
another change up from T1. They've scrapped the 4-1. 5-person start at the bottom here. Dude, a hit over towards A, like a burst over towards A now would be devastating. They don't break the... Oh, dude, it's the most perfect call for what's going on. Freeing has to try and get at least one. Gonna tank the ult as well. Breach ult behind it. Yeah, this is hard as well. They got the smoke over towards here, so the op's just fully isolated. It's a hard decision for DRX, man. Might be tempted to save this one. Like maybe just stick around, see if Hyumin gets a pick.
Stinger from Mako.
Well, they got Stinger. Stinger can go in.
Available if they can try to find a corpse.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Regains vision. Mako can take it down. Easy with the peek out from the door, able to find the trade up. Estrella now dead.
The double flash.
2v4.
The breach flash into the Vice flash.
Spain dodging out the stun, the aftershock, forcing the reposition.
Yeah, you gotta save this up.
Once again, the call to save has been made. DRX gonna have to try to play this out in overtime for the victory. T1 will get up to map point.
Good ults though. Bringing one away that could go aggro over towards Dish, main, wherever they want to get this orb if they want it.
Get that spike down ASAP. I think that might have been something that Autumn had to say is, don't overthink this. You guys are, you know, we saw that one round where they came up through Dish, went all the way through A main, back into the hall.
Okay, one chance, but we were also here on the first map.
The opportunity to kind of cost them around. Just be decisive here. Have some confidence. That's been one of the big things that Autumn's been saying a lot in some of the post-match interviews. It's that the team needs confidence, the players need confidence. And that's something that T1, if they have, he feels that that is a key to victory for them. As simple as that.
They're going to set the op up and try and get the orb.
Take a look. That Neural is still available. Mako now in orbital strike online. As
Nice shot.
Gunman swings out, finds Buzz. First kill
Dude,
going
they
the way
got
of
A
DRX
main
as they look to
control.
take
That
us
orb
into
is for
yet
free,
another
I'm telling
overtime.
you.
No drone to check that way this time.
They want it?
Instead,
They don't want
they're
it?
gonna use
Okay.
it to check arcade. They're not
Drone's
see
gonna
too
check it as
much.
well.
And no one
Same thing
playing here
applies.
within
Does
the
it get
site
greedy?
itself.
Always going for it. Dude, it might make the
It's just a
difference, to be
reaction
honest,
from
here as
DRX
well.
based on the conditioning from the last couple rounds where it had been quick hits from T1. And instead, T1 wisely
Empty
changes
site,
directions.
but freeing.
See if they can get this
Picks
plant
up the
out
orb,
cleanly.
gets his ult on this
Cleared
one.
out.
They got freeing's ult into Brim
There's a
ult.
stun
It's a
into
good
the
stun on
orbital,
this one
and
as well.
Stacks
Stacks
is able
just
to
gets out
escape.
30
He's taken down
HP.
30 HP.
Yeah, and at one point these
The plant
smokes are going to go
interrupted
down
here
and they
for
got
the
that
moment.
extra delay of Salvo and Teo ult.
Crossfire setup attempt here from the side of T1. Is now Armageddon.
Speaking of Teo
set
ult,
to try to
oh, they
counteract
sent
the
Mako
positions.
forwards. That smoke
Meteor,
goes,
however,
no?
taken down as Sandman is able to find one. Overdrive going to be popped. Stacks dead. Looking for a little bit more freeing, finding Sylvan, and here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Izu gonna look to try to pull off an absolute miracle, but he cannot.
Hey,
Mako swoops
the
around
exact
from
same
the
as the
back.
first map so
The
far.
defuse will come in, and that's gonna be us going to overtime once more.
Just unbelievable. The back and forth between these two teams is just incredible. And this time, DRX, you know, even though they get that pick, they don't quite read the bigger picture well. They're able to delay enough with the orbital strike that they can get into place to start fighting. Once the smokes drop, they're starting to cut T1 players down one by one. And that extra player is certainly helping, but DRX doing a great job. Now we go to OT. No operators to speak of. Like it's just gonna be the rifles. DRX starting on the attacker's side. Gonna try a north side hit, leaving Mako all on his own down.
Why didn't they combo the ults? Teo was so far away.
Just trying to figure out what they wanted to do. Wanted to get a tripwire set up on that northern side, because that's where T1 was putting a lot of pressure on their defense. And then flashed up. Continues to scale forward, looking like a B crunch.
There.
Somewhat aware though, RT1. They throw the smoke down right on top of the
Okay,
orb.
lose arcade, lose tree,
coming
instant
from the
reaction,
other
push over
direction, too.
towards A. And
starting to scale
Meteor's
forward
got a lot to
side.
do, yeah, solo over
Immediately
towards
assassinated.
sites. And when it's been
Stacks
happening, the
able to
two
bring
that
back
are
together.
close always just
Down
send it
on the
through the
ground,
smoke to try and make a
4v4
play.
now. Push out
And they
straight up.
tanked that flash.
Not even
That
Buzz there
flash
for a
from
brief little
Estrella
moment.
is
Eventually he's able to find the kill.
unreal.
Buzz answering one back.
It actually got them
Player advantages
both.
here for the side of DRX.
Go, go, go.
Pass lane on the setup. Izu with the timing. Catching freeing.
Was a good
A bit
stun, though.
off guard is stun. Not quite connecting, and Izu's down to 7. The salvo sent to try to make a go of it, but Flash at the ready. Both players disconnected back in towards main. Plant not in for them. Mako just looking for the slow creep up as there's the stun. Izu says, I guess I just try to hold this one at completion. But TRX did not allow for it.
Switching sides.
Match point is theirs.
Mylin, thank you so
Yeah,
much as well.
just a
I just said
really
that.
nice play there.
Mylin
Being a little bit more diligent at the
17
north
with the
side of
prime,
map.
thank you so much, dude.
Setting
Appreciate
up for
that.
something we didn't
Thanks
see
for the
a
prime
ton
usage.
from them on their attacker side. That's this B crunch. Bane
Yeah,
finding a
they're
nice timing
the
to pop
B
through
hold
the
isn't
smoke.
great. It's like Meteor
Coordination.
gets Meteor gets
Totally great here at
isolated,
the end.
and then the other two just absolutely
Not a
send it
lot
for a smoke and just try and get
That Izu can
timings.
do in that position.
Happens the whole time.
Gunman will grab an op.
So T1
Lots
trying
of
something a
success
bit
on
different though. Insta
That early
fast
pick, but Silver
and
maybe over here to back up Meteor a bit.
the flash
One
hits, so
remembering
they
what
know
happened
there's
last
one
time.
peeking down.
Meteor on the jiggle peak. Gunman going out a little bit wider, and this time the shot not going to
My
connect.
goodness, 3-person over towards
Meantime,
side though.
Buzz is gonna try to push through, but
Dude,
Bane's
the
gonna
judge in
the
overtime, what a
change-up
beast.
Here in OT, catching him off guard. Shorty does not win that fight.
Freeing took so much map
That's
control
so
as well.
frustrating for T1, I'm sure. You've been bullying him up there, so what's his answer? Just grab a shotgun. Good luck.
And now they're forced to flip around the north side. Over towards this A site, you still
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense as well,
have
especially when you're doing
Sylvan
like the
lingering back,
cage to
trying
hide
make his way through
in,
the sewer. The judge of that
where you
range, even
can
if they come
dodge
through
the
from Bane, obviously
molly
not gonna do much, but
salvos. You drop the
DRX are
cage, you
getting
can
a
go
good
back,
sense of this.
take
3
control of the
players
heaven.
in
The judge is
position
going to
get the
one-shot every
punish. The
angle there.
op about to be set up over at the rope.
They're
They have to
nice.
come down
I
one
mean,
by
it
one
just
out
looks
of
nice
drop.
from DRX at the
They'll
moment.
try to Goomba stop Mako. Fault line not connecting. He tucks back over into the smoke. Kenman on the peak, able to find one. Meteor going to be taking down the gun barrel. Spotted, but Izu able to find him. But Kenman finding a second, freeing from stairs. Gets rid of Stacks, and it's now all on
Damn,
Sylvan.
the double overtime.
25 seconds.
Respect, man.
1v4.
Overtime. Up 1, overtime 2.
T1 have asked this man to clutch in the past, and he
close
has
maps.
delivered, but right now it seems like it is going to be a bridge too far. The time dwindling. DRX playing around with their numbers, with the clock. And Sylvan
Very
will
nice
be
from
good for
DRX.
1. 14-12. DRX
Did they lost double pistol here as well?
the king of Korea.
Just
Big
a
map from
great
them.
back and forth today, but